everybody, it's Vicki from It's Your Time, and today it is your time to explore a little light language.
And hi, I'm Dawna on It's Your Time, and it is your time to explore channeling. And we have a lovely, wonderful friend that we've been talking to on and off here, Kathleen Whitehead, and she's going to open her spiritual journey up for us and then open her channel up for us. So this is exciting. So hi, Kathleen, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad it's October.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah. Yes, the summer is always hard. So
Yeah,
yeah. Uh, but yeah, so it's going to be nice and cool where you are though right now. Is it?
not yet, but
Oh, I'm
I have
sorry.
hopes. We're in the 80s at this point, but
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
think
the
next week
thing.
it'll go down further. But
Yay. Well, I'm so
so
happy. We're blessed.
yeah,
So yeah, so we always ask if you wanted to start with whatever you want to start with is fine, but we want to ask about your spiritual journey and whatever, or your awakening or whatever you want to call it, however you want to go about explaining that.
thank you. Well, I um my journey actually started that I know of when I became suddenly single at age 50 and woke up the next morning realizing that I didn't know what I wanted to do that day, that I had no idea who I was, what I liked. So I began a journey of about 10 years of exploring who I am in the 3D reality because I didn't know of any other reality at that time. But so I spent a lot of time reading books, having experiences, serendipity, synchronicities, uh, what I just thought of as angelic interventions and spiritual experiences that where I was being taken care of. And but I learned a lot and I explored a lot. And then I thought I knew myself perfectly, what I liked and so forth. So on my 60th birthday, I celebrated by doing a tango demonstration because that's one of the things I learned. And then shortly after that, I met a lady, her name is Iva Nasser, who looked at me. We met at the dance studio, and she looked at me and she said, "I see your soul, and you're not who you think you are." So
That's
I,
gotta freak you out. That's gotta freak you.
well, it was strange because I would have expected myself to walk away slowly,
Mm.
but I didn't. It sounded familiar. It sounded important. So I began to listen and follow and spent a lot of time for the next probably 10 years or so talking with her. Now that was when I was 60. And then, but I didn't, she said I had all these gifts. I got my first readings and so forth. And everybody said, you have these gifts and you have a mission and all that. And I just couldn't see it. You know, my big question was, why would I have any importance in anything? I had been an accountant for 42 years. So I, um, I had readings and so forth. And I kind of delved into learning about spirituality. And uh, when I was 65, during one of those classes that where I was learning something, I had a spontaneous mediumship experience in that we were studying psychometry. And as I picked up a bracelet that belonged to someone I didn't know, I got messages and a spirit came in to give a message. And I don't know whose eyes were bigger in that room because everybody kept started calling me a medium and I was just dumbfounded. And but the lady that I gave the message to burst into tears immediately because it was her recently deceased mother-in-law. So I thought, okay, maybe I should really accept the fact that maybe I do have something I need to do. And so I started out learning even more, practicing mediumship. A lot of times that would happen in restaurants. I would be in a restaurant and then I'd get a message. And one of the things I did at first was I didn't want to go up to people at different tables and give them messages. So I just said, if I'm meant to give this message, it just facilitated for me. Have them come up and say hello. Have them do something that opens up the conversation. And they did almost without fail. Somebody would come up and give me a compliment that, or whatever, and I was able to say, well, by the way, I have a message for you. And it was all real magical. And the thing is, it was also very natural. All the stuff that I did and do came naturally without me really having to study deeply. I've had many spiritual experiences since then. At this point, I am a practicing medium. I do light language. I channel a group called the Aspects of Love, and I also have channeled a lot of other beings, kind of spontaneously. In 2017, I attended a class where we were talking about light language. And at the end of the class, they went through kind of a meditation, and the light language just spilled out. And I didn't know what it was. Of course, I started trying to find out the history, anybody else doing this, because it was a little weird. But so I just the next morning I broadcast to a few friends. I just started experiencing this. Anybody want to experience it with me? And so I had several people respond and say, me. One of those was somebody in Australia. And I channeled light language for them. It was a couple. And after the light language, the husband said, I don't know what you just did, but I have pins and plates in my leg from a motorcycle accident, and all of that is vibrating. And I thought, okay, this must be some pretty cool stuff. So I have done light language. What I really like about light language is I can't question it. There's no way I could repeat it. I don't understand what they're saying. I get impressions sometimes, whether it's somebody teaching or whatever. I sometimes have impressions of what it means, but I don't get direct translation. Now that evolved into channeling, which I didn't really expect, but that evolved into channeling beings. And I've been doing that for a few years. And it's all a combination. So I don't know if the light language is being translated by the channeling or whether they're unrelated. To me, my experience of light language is it's just a very powerful, energetic, healing, beneficial energy that goes straight to the other person's heart. And people have told me, in fact, they just told me yesterday that my light language eased a headache. So I don't have expectations of what the light language does, but I have an intention. So if somebody says to me would you do some light language because my neck hurts? That's my intention, but I'm not attached to whatever it is. So at this point, I am a healer, a medium, a channeler, a light language speaker, a Bigfoot experiencer. That's another whole story. And also, recently I have been informed that I'm part of a DNA study by extraterrestrials, a group of scientists. So, and throughout this whole time, I will say, I have gone very deeply within myself. I do not ask for someone else to change, but if they trigger me, I look to see what needs to change in me. And I try to be in the highest loving space that I can be. I'm human, so that's not perfect. But my goal is to be and spread love. That is my mission. And I only work with loving beings. But I worked with just about any loving being that agrees to my my standards.
That's
So,
beautiful.
you have questions?
Oh, that is beautiful. What a wonderful story and it's only in the last, a lot of us, this happened later in life for us to, I guess, because it's time, right? Right. So,
It is.
By the way, I am 77 years old, so
oh my goodness. Wow.
so that's what the
That's
time.
a good number.
That
Yes,
is a
it
great
is.
number. Yeah. Especially
And
for
this
it to
is
be in 2025 to have,
Yeah.
wow,
yes.
that's great. Yeah. The only question I would have to do with, what do you think that the light language is, people have talked about codes coming from ETs, or I mean, I don't know, Arcturians or Pleiadians, that sort of thing. If you think it's some kind of a light code, or is it just like a forgotten language? What does it smell
I
like?
channel so many languages and it changes about every time. So
Oh,
I have not have not even really asked who's talking.
okay.
What I do when I'm channeling is I channel the aspects of love, and it's a group of beings who bring their most loving aspect and bring messages through them. Now, it was interesting, the last time I channeled, which was Thursday night, they suggested that if we want, we can ask for the aspects of joy and the aspects of protection. And I thought that was really interesting
Yeah. Mhm.
because that opens it up. And we are all a bundle of different aspects of ourselves.
Mhm.
And so that's what they're doing, is giving the loving aspect. And the channeling I do isn't prediction based. It is not judgment based in any way. It is support and love. Uh, that's what they bring through. And what my process is, I will say some prayers ahead of time and invite the aspects to come in and channel. And I then ask my ego to sit aside and just become the observer, because I'm a conscious channeler.
Right.
So my ego is sitting there, and sometimes it's going, "Oh my gosh, that was interesting," but it's and they have given me instructions on how to do it, how to and they've asked me to bring myself into it more. I'm still trying to figure out
Mhm.
what that really means,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they have told me that I called this group together that I am the leader of the group and I should be speaker too, but we're working on that.
Oh, that's,
But
yep, that happened to me too. I hear that. I hear that. It's very daunting because you're thinking you're speaking with these beings that are, so much higher frequency than we are, but they're just like us. That's, yeah. So I hear that so well. That's great. So yeah, so did you have a question, Vicky?
No, just when she said that that you had channeled different beings, I was just wondering, what was the most interesting being that you channeled?
well, it's more, I don't really know what being it is,
Mhm.
but I know that sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's really slow and sometimes it's staccato. Sometimes there's a lot of B's in it, and sometimes there's S's.
Yes, yeah.
It's just
Hmm.
as the observer, I'm sitting there and I don't know, but I don't have a more interesting one. I think that it's most interesting that it changes all the time, and even during if I do a channeling, normally I do 3 different light language or 3 times light language, and it will be a different being each time or a different language each time or whatever. I don't know. I have a feeling that the faster it is, the higher the vibration, but that's just my human feeling. But it's what I do know is that I can't repeat it. I don't know the syllable ahead of time. I say that it bypasses my brain because I call the energy in and then just wait for it to spew out, and it
Mm,
does. Um, so, and I'm kind of the kind of person that I don't have a lot of questions. I know I will not work with something that does not feel good in my body.
right.
So that and I have felt that early on. So I know what it feels like.
Mhm.
But as long as I know I'm doing what they want me to do for benevolent reasons and it's a benefit, and I really trust that. I really trust that because that's the deal I've made with the universe, that if I am meant to do this, support me and keep me safe. And I've really been on quite a few adventures with that, surprising adventures, like my trip to Canada to visit with the Bigfoot. I don't have any idea how I ever afforded to do that, but they worked it out. They
Right.
worked it out. So so
Understood.
I
That,
just
oh, I'm
I
sorry.
feel so honored to be able to do whatever it is I do, but I don't. I do if it's not comfortable for me, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But that's really my only rule: high vibration, and I don't want to be the show.
Right.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
It's
So
all about the message
The
and
intention.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we should have you on for a mediumship podcast sometime and then have you talk about the Bigfoot stuff too. That would be cool. Because
uh,
I'm sure they're real, but people say I'm crazy too. So
There you
yeah,
go.
there's no
there
no
you go.
question. uh, Actually, this is a gift left to me in my house by Bigfoot when they came to me as a spiritual being.
Oh wow. Look at that. Oh, how nice.
And it's a little it's this happened in 2019. uh, and I don't know if you can see it, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Where's my camera? There's
Right
my
there.
camera. Uh,
Oh, I see. I like a little face. It looks like a face. Okay.
and
Oh, that one
the
is.
other side looks a little like a foot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see
They had
the
tied this.
toes. Yeah.
This is how they, and it happened. It's another
Another
long
story for
story.
another time. Yeah. So yeah, because we wanted you to be able to do the light language and some channeling today. Let me make sure we
Okay.
here we go.
I'm gonna. Yeah, are you ready for me to
Yes,
do this?
we're gonna turn off our microphone so you have nothing
Thank
getting
you.
in the way.
Thank you. And it takes me a few seconds, a minute or so to bring it all in. And I will just invite the aspects of love, my dear friends, the aspects of love to come forward and channel whatever is a beneficial message for this group. We give great gratitude and love for the honor and privilege of doing this work. And we great gratitude for those beings that will come through and tell us whatever they would like to share with us today. I will start out with some light language and then they will come through. Greetings, beautiful people. We are so happy to be here with you today and talk to a group of people that we have not had much access to at this point, other than if they have found us. We wish to include and expand the group of people that are experiencing this, that are hearing our message. We wish to expand the love that we want you to know we have for you. And we realize that we are all one. It is in our interest, as it is in your interest, that we all increase love everywhere. We realize that this is a time of high energies, which are causing many changes on your planet, which are causing earthly upheavals, human upheavals, chaos, and silliness from our perspective. It does not feel the least bit funny, but we invite you to look at it from a humorous standpoint, because there is that when you're looking at it with humor, you take yourself out of the fear and worry. So take a little advice, if you will, always your choice, but take a humorous standpoint. We are not saying find it humorous of wars and earthquakes and so forth. We are saying that there is humor. The thing that we wish you to use toward those things that are very hurtful for people, we wish you to remember that all will be well. We wish you to remember that this is all a human experience, and each individual has a job that they have chosen before they incarnated to act in this particular incarnation. And it may not seem so, but the chaos that you see is causing people to reassess their own beliefs and wake up to the fact that there are more ways to look at things than they may have believed. And also, it's people come to a point where this is not acceptable, and then they change. So that's we're not asking you to apply humor to all the very sad things. That was not a good way to look at it. But we are asking you to, the things that are that you can find humor, find that humor, because that will help your fear. The things that are very sad, just please send love. If you can do nothing more than send love, and do whatever you can from an energetic standpoint. Because what we'd like to explain is that you are feeding whatever emotion you're experiencing, you are feeding into the collective layers of emotion. And what you wish to do, what we advise that you do, is feed the highest level of emotion, love, into the collective energies, because the lowest level is not love. And you want to get past that. The lowest level is fear. So we ask you to be the observer of the events that are happening, and the lover of people, of all beings, but do not engage in the drama unless you are one of those people who are supposed to stand up and fight. And you will know, because it will feel different in your body to be that. It will be a righteous, this is what I'm supposed to do, rather than I'm mad and I need to do this. Do you understand? Do you understand? We trust that you do.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. We wish to bring it back into where we really feel love for all of you, each and every one, and the oneness that we are. We are also observing that you are progressing quickly through this transition, and we assure you that you will get to the other side. You will get to that peaceful place. It won't be tomorrow, but you will experience love and joy and all the good stuff. Thank you so much for listening to us. We just love you so much. Please ask for help in whatever you would like to achieve. And all of the millions of beings that are cheering for you, someone will come to your assistance. We will now gift you a little bit more of our powerful energies in the form of light language. Hakitega shikata pakate ni anana ila tashkata ta aina na haya kata ayin betete tanana hetiti ki ni amana tashkata ha sienamata keshete patitinia tapa kate ete atiata patakase. we will ask if anyone has a question. We have two beautiful souls here who are assisting, and we will open for their questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so great to be in your presence and to feel the energy of the light language. You've helped me to stop the fear that I had of light language. So I appreciate that very much. And I love that you want to have us to see humor wherever we can. That's definitely that's part of my path, is to show humor. I thought it was very wonderful when you were talking about that we're going to get to the other side, and Kathleen's hand turned, and when it turned, there was a green light on her hand. I guess it's a reflection from the window, but it was just beautiful. It hit my heart. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. So I know that you don't predict things, so we won't ask those kinds of questions. But
Oh, come on.
oh, but I want to know if you are able to tell us where, if you are you physical, or are you just light beings? Is there somewhere that you are physically, or that you came from? That, like, if we were to look up at the stars, maybe we would see where you came from, or are you just living in our hearts? Or are you just in the air around us, in the plasma around us?
We are, because we are the aspects of love, we are a collaboration of the energies of love from many, 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 many different beings. We are not physical at this moment. Some of us have been physical in many different ways. In the planets that you know, there are some humans there, but there are also, and some other beings from your planet, but there are also beings from dimensions that have never had physicality. There are beings from planets, Sirius and the Pleiades, and all the different planets that you are aware of. But we do not bring our entirety to this being, because our being is concentrated on love. And she has asked that aspects of love come forward. Sometimes she will channel other beings who have more information that is of a physical nature, but we are a collaboration that has agreed to bring loving information, sometimes advice, always knowing that you are a free will society. So it is always your choice, but we also know your hearts.
That's
And
beautiful.
we know that you really, truly, every one of you truly wants to do the best job that you have chosen to do, to bring this planet to its transformation.
That's
I don't know if that answered your question or not.
Yes, it does. It brings to mind what I in my shamanism call Moonai energy, which is just pure love energy. So I feel
Thank
like
you.
I contact you when I am working with Moonai energy, and I thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That is a very high compliment, because that reflects our mission.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. Vicki, did you have any questions?
Just something kind of just flitted through my mind, and it's kind of abstract, but when you all come together as the aspects of love, is there, well, I know there's a specific energy that is generated, but does that energy stay together after? I mean, does it actually create an energy, like an energy ball? You know what I mean?
I I do. The 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 reality is that we are all one big ball of love energy and as one. So you are all part of this as we are. So separation and coming apart is kind of a human type thought. Um, so, for instance, if you were trying to take some water from the ocean and you wanted a part of that was from the bluest part of the ocean that you see that and you pick it up in your hands, but it doesn't really leave the ocean because the water is streaming. Do you see what I mean? So it doesn't leave, it doesn't become separate, but it expresses itself separately, if you know what I mean. So
Right.
if if someone wanted to um, contact the aspects of joy, which we need to suggest to our friend, that 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 would be a little different energy, but it would still be part of the big ball of love.
Right.
Does that
But
make sense to you?
yes, but it's kind of like when aspects of love asked if you wanted to be a channel for like aspects of joy, you know, they are different emotions. So do they create within themselves a and I don't even know exactly
I was
where
going to
I'm
say,
going.
this is
I
so
don't,
abstract.
it
Yeah,
is,
it
but it's
is.
like,
But
but you have your different emotions and they sit at different places and you draw in what is needed to express an emotion and then does the does the blending of everyone's different aspects of joy create in itself something?
it's kind of like moods. So you are a human being, you have a physical body, and we're going to call that um, the like the big bundle of joy or of love that we talked about. Some days you might be in a really loving mood, and that is your loving aspect, but it does not separate itself from your joyful aspect. It is within the same body. So think in terms of separation, dividing, um, all of those terms are really part of the human experience. And so, yes, it is an abstract question, and it's it's probably the answer is yes and no and maybe.
And I can live with that.
I like that. I like that.
It's
I think of it as kind of like the fractals that we are, and we are fractals, and we have fractals, and we're fractals of a fractal, etc. So yeah, that is great. That's so wonderful. Oh, my frequency is a lot higher right now. I'm excited.
And
So,
could I ask about about um about the free will aspect? I know Earth itself is a different type of planet. Is there free will on other planets? And if there is free will, do they have like when we came down to Earth, supposedly, there's the veil so that we do not realize the divinity within ourselves. Are these other free will planets, do they have knowledge of their connection to their divinity, or do they have a veil also?
mhm.
the the reality is there's every variety of planet and society and culture that you can fathom. And then there are millions more. So there are other planets that use free will, and your free will came in the form of, all right, we've chosen to forget. And another planet may have chosen the inability to feel, so they have to use different kinds of aspects, we're going to call it, to go through and exercise their free will. Another planet may be it may have remembered, but have completely different types of environment that they have to work with. So it's not exactly explainable from your human perspective, because you have the perspective of time, you have the perspective of not remembering, and then suddenly you remember something, or and then you can't unlearn it. So we can't explain how each different one, but it is, each planet has a different set of circumstances, we will call, created by those who inhabit the planet. You realize you create your reality.
Right.
But you create your reality as a collective, also individually, but as a collective too. So all of these things, it's so intricate. The complexity is unimaginable from where you are. But we challenge you to imagine and push yourself all the way to the edge of your imagination, and then push further, and then push further, because everything you imagine, you're creating or you're remembering.
Right. That's right. Oh,
Does
that's
that make sense to you?
Oh, yes. Yes. Does to
Yeah,
me.
I had heard, if you can think it or if you can imagine it, it could be a possibility for you. And so,
So live your life without limitations of possibilities, and push your imagination. You know, your humanity has you've made certain decisions. I can't imagine myself as Kathleen being taller, but that was my decision early on. So possibly we will next incarnation might be just a little taller.
Yes,
But
we
but
learn.
you,
Yes, we learn.
so did that sufficiently answer your question?
yeah.
My takeaway from that is that your imagination and your creativity it's limitless. So work with it and keep working with it more and more and more. That's right.
Because what it will do, it will open up doors so you can imagine how this other planet might have dealt with free will.
Well,
At this point, we can't explain to you how each planet, because there's so many planets and there's so many different varieties of ways to get to using their free will.
right. Everyone says that the Earth planet is a very difficult school, to learn things. And I wonder if that is because we don't recognize our divinity anymore.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now imagine if everyone on your planet, all beings on your planet, realized that they are drops of God, which we call love. Can you just imagine how different it would be?
I imagine that. I try to imagine that every day. Yes,
You know, there's a song about that.
there is.
There's a John Lennon song about that.
Imagine, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's the same kind of idea. It is. Well, we thank you so much. Aspects of Love. That's a wonderful name. I love that.
And it was a beautiful message.
It was, and thank you for answering the questions. Did you have any closing statements that you wanted to say?
We just want to reassure you that you are deeply, deeply loved, that you are supported, you are never alone. All you must do is ask, because you are a free will planet. However, we do support you, and sometimes we might plant an idea for you to ask, but we don't assume that you're going to do that, because it's always your free will. So just know we're with you, and we will leave you with one more version of our love in the form of light language. Dia diamante haya dadai di bisi kitatai di ta aya na mana laya ta kasete et emata sikate pa aya ta pa e.
Oh, you're there.
And I
Hello.
think you're back. I think
Oh, yeah, she's there. I know that thirst too. That's great. Oh, thank you so much. That was so
Thank you. That was
beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
let's give her a minute to wake up.
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I know this was divinely orchestrated, and we'll see.
We'll have more. I have so many other questions about your endeavors.
And I know you have a YouTube channel. Would you like to
That was the next thing I was
would
going
you
to
like to
say.
promote that?
Yeah, how can people get a hold of you if they want to or watch your videos?
It is the YouTube channel is called Channeling Aspects of Love.
Ah,
Is that one L or two? Because I always get confused.
Well, CHANNELING
Okay.
of love. So there's two L's, but they're not.
they're
We
not
got
together.
it.
That's good. Okay, perfect. So I wrote that down. We'll put that in the comments. And anyone, if you have any questions of the aspects of love, please feel free to comment, and we can ask Kathleen to come back and answer those questions, hopefully. And there are other beings that you have channeled. Do you think when you're channeling that it has to do with who is present as far as who
I
will come
think
through?
that it because I request the aspects, that's who comes in. But for instance, I was talking to a lady um, a month or so ago, who then uh, talked about the blue avians, and zoom, there they were.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And so I feel like we don't have to make appointments. That if it's just like mediumship, although channeling and mediumship are very different from each other. But it's, when you wish your great grandmother to come, she will be there because she is associated with you. By the same token, this particular lady um, was talking about the blue avians, and then they came in. I had been told that I have blue avians with me, so I don't know, I don't know whose they were. I don't think that they have They don't have ownership.
They don't belong to anybody. They're just everybody's. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and like the aspects of love we're saying, there are so many planets and so many, there's billions and billions and trillions of different kinds of even life forms or different aspects that, have light, like my celestial helpers. There are so many out there. So it and asking for help. This is the main thing I'm trying to get across to people too, is you have to ask. And every so often I'll get a lesson in that too. So it's like I'll say, why didn't you tell me? Well, you didn't ask. Oh, so I had to broaden my boundaries a little bit because I'm trusting now because I've been doing this like you've been doing this for years. So more trusting and opened up the boundaries and they were very joyful. And yeah, it, like you said, expansion, keep doing it. That's so great. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get this up on YouTube and let everybody watch your channeling and feel the energy. That was really, really spectacular.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I feel energies. I'm very, very sensitive to all of the energies of the world, and sometimes they
Mhm.
just put me to sleep. But I don't, and I hope that people feel the love. I'm
Oh
gonna,
yeah.
can I just send you something? They just told me to send you what I call my chocolate sauce love.
Okay. Oh, chocolate
Yes.
sauce. All right.
Yes. So just, I'm going to cover you with chocolate sauce love. So, and this is going to go out to anyone who will be listening to this too. So I hope that you can feel it at that time. Okay.
Oh, it's very calming. That's if I wasn't calm enough already.
I know. I
That's
just got that, relax and accept, Vicki.
yes. That was
Relax.
and the only other comment I have is while the light language was coming through, I was hearing words in English. And
Oh, cool.
I don't know if it was just my imagination.
Would you like to share?
Well, the first well, it was the first time it was my helpers. They were here saying, just be calm. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. You will love it. And then the time afterward, it was I felt more their words that they were sending love and joy and I heard and remember to laugh. So that's
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I, you
So
know, I, I feel like everybody gets exactly what they need, and you
right.
needed those words.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. I did, that's for sure. So, I wish we could spend all day doing this, but we have to be able to upload it. So it has to be a certain amount of time. And so everybody, we will have Kathleen back when we can. And I'm so excited. This is so beautiful. We thank you so
It
much.
was it was actually a really good interview. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we could make the time.
Thank you so much. It's in perfect timing, of course, but I appreciate this connection, this community, and just
It
thank
will
you.
continue.
And we
Yes.
are sending back that appreciation to
Yes,
you.
we are. All
Thank you.
right. Thank you. Well, everybody, enjoy, and it's your time for all of this. There was so much, it's hard to put into one word. So it's your time for loving aspects.
That's right. Aspects of love
Aspects of love. There you
from
go.
Kathleen.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.